Hey guys, it's Mega. Today we're diving into a keyboard that's pushing the boundaries of modding and customization, the Womier Era75. Big thanks to Womier for sending this keyboard over for review. So first, let's unbox the board and see what's inside. Inside the box, we have two manuals, same contents, different languages. We also have some extra switches, of which Womier calls their palm switches. And we have a 2.4 gigahertz dongle. No onboard storage for this, so it's just here inside the box. We have a few extra keycaps as well, and we have a plastic tweezer for the stickers, a USB Type-C cable, but it's not sleeved or anything. It also has a keycap and switch combo tool, so you can work on this keyboard instantly. And of course, inside the box, we also have the keyboard. No surprise there. In this beautiful purple colorway, which they call the Cyberpunk. It's one of 6 colorways that Womier provides for the Era75. It features an aluminum case with unique patterns designed for sticker customization, adding a personal flair to your build. Finally, we have the stickers, which are in aqua blue to match the Cyberpunk theme. But I'm thinking of matching it to my logo instead. Let's see how that will turn out. But sound off in the comments, what color combination would you like to see if you had an Era 75? And while you're down there, subscribe to the channel, it helps a lot. You can place the stickers on top and on the bottom halves of the case. The weight you see isn't real, it's just engraved for aesthetics. Despite that, the board is still pretty hefty, weighing at around 1.9 kilograms. One standout feature is the tri-mode connectivity. That's Bluetooth 2.4 gigahertz via the USB dongle, wired through USB Type-C cable, which you can switch between these modes with the switches on the top of the keyboard. The keyboard comes with PBT double shot keycaps, which appear standard with all your Era 75s. However, some of the modifiers are just words, some are symbols, and some are a mix of the two. I'm not a big fan of this. I wish they just went with a uniform modifier set would be better. And I think in the photos it's like that as well. I hope in the manufacturing or in the released versions it will be like that. But currently this is an early sample, so it might be different in the production version. But yeah, underneath the keycaps you'll find the Womier full palm switches, which sound great but have some inconsistent lubing. A bit rough here and a bit too much lube in some switches. Anyway, they are long pole switches, so expect somewhat a clacky sound to it. A nice feature is the aluminum volume knob, which you can replace if you want. Just be careful when installing it, it only fits one way. Be careful with the pins because once you bend them, I'm not sure you can bend them back. Let's open her up. The screws are hidden under the keycap, so you'll need to remove those first. But when you do, inside you'll see the gasket mounted PC plate on a case filled with a sandwich of foams and dampening materials, of course, which you can remove to tune the sound and the feel as much as you want. Beneath all that is an impressive 8000 milliampere battery. It's a combination of two 4000 milliampere batteries, so it's bigger than most phones. Just think about that. While you're thinking about it, let's put it all back together and hear how the board sounds. So, what did you guys think? I think the board sounds great. There's no question about that. The PCB is not the FlexCut PCB, thankfully. It makes the keyboard sound a lot fuller. But talking about the flex, the board is not flexible when typing. Maybe if you reduce the amount of foams or gaskets, then you could make it a bit more flexible and sound a bit less foamy. As for the feel of the board, Womier switches in my opinion have a great potential, but they need to fix their lubing consistency. Some are over lubed and some are a bit rough and under lubed. But that's just me nitpicking. Apart from that, the stabilizers are lubed and tuned pretty well, so no issues there. And here comes the fun part. Let's talk about the aesthetics of the board. We get a set of aqua blue stickers in the box. It's very cool, but I was going for a different look to match my logo. I asked Womier for gold stickers or sticker files to print my own. They very kindly sent over the files, and shout out to Crafts and Digitals, link down below, for helping us scale and cut them to size in such a short time. It took me a total of 3 hours to stick every tiny sticker the best I could. The plastic tweezer that comes in the box set was very helpful for this. The result, I have a keyboard that, at least for now, is unique to me and is a one-off. I'm definitely not a pro with vinyl stickers and I could have done better, but I thought it was a fun experience. It almost brought back the feeling of building a keyboard. Taking your time, piecing things together, and then having that satisfying feeling of completing the board. It just brings the customizability of this whole board to a new level. I would highly recommend this keyboard for anyone looking to get a keyboard that you would actually spend time customizing and making it your own. And that is the essence and the reason we do this in the first place. The board's Kickstarter campaign is currently being fulfilled, but if you didn't get on that, and if you want one of these boards, they will be available in stock on Womier's website from August 20th. Don't sleep on this expected release date, and I'll link it down below. So if you made it to this point, thank you, and I hope to see you in the next one. Bye-bye.